All right, family. We black once again. It's on with the general. We got a powerful, powerful presentation today. And for more explosive videos, you can most definitely check me out on Patreon. The link is right there in the chat. Why couldn't Jesus save himself on the cross? That's a very serious question. And he needed to be saved. He asked to be saved. And so we're trying to figure out why Jesus couldn't save himself on the cross. Is he God? A lot of people say, oh, he's God. Is he? Is he God? I want people out there to find, I want you to, if you're in the comment, go in the comment, tell, I want to know if Jesus is God. You see, I want y'all to let me know in the comments if Jesus is God. You see, is he God? Because if he's God, then he shouldn't be praying to the Father to save him. What kind of powers do God? I mean, what kind of powers do Jesus got? Okay? What kind of powers do Jesus got? I mean, even the demigods in Greek mythology, Hercules was powerful. He was stronger than anybody on the planet. All of them that had, even if they had one parent that was a deity, they was strong. They were doing something. Ain't no way you gonna put me up on no cross. You see, I'm knocking people's out straight up. I'm God. You know, I'm a demigod. I'm half God. I don't know. People say he's in the Trinity, but I'm trying to figure out, you know, what was he demoted? Doing demoted? I mean, I've seen that one video by the movie Thor. You ever seen the movie Thor, the first Thor? And he went against his father's will. He went and started a fight with some ice giants, and his father told him don't do it, and he put the two nations in threat of war, and his father was upset, and they got into an argument, and he cast Thor down, and he didn't have his powers. And he said in order for him to get his powers back, he was going to have to find himself. You know what I'm saying? He was going to have to find that leadership, that character that he needed in order to be the next king of Asgard. So when he cast him down, he didn't have no more powers. So I'm trying to think, you know, people say that Jesus is the word, that he was up in heaven. That's what they say. And so I'm thinking to myself, you know, well, then he should have some type of powers. And from my reading of the Bible, he did have some powers. You see, they say he raised Lazarus from the dead. I mean, I don't know, nobody could do that but God. To raise somebody, say, come forth, Lazarus. That's what he said, come forth, Lazarus, and Lazarus rose up. I don't know how long he been down there. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know if rigor mortis has set in on Lazarus. I don't know if he was stinking. I don't know. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know how long Lazarus was there. But he said, Lazarus come forth, and Lazarus rose up. You see what I'm saying? I don't know if he, you know, with his powers that he, you know, life came back up in him. It's like, you know, when you watch the other movie, The Mummy, and when he came up, he was all beat up and his bones was rotten, but then he did something with some magic and you know, and his physical form came back. So I don't know if he did something with Lazarus and, you know, he came back to his original form. I don't know, but I know according to the book, he raised Lazarus from the dead. Now that's a feat that only God could pull off. Only God could pull something off like that. And so that's one great feat that Jesus did. Another feat is that when he was out there, the disciples was out there on the Sea of Galilee, and they was fishing, and a storm came over them. And I mean, the boat was rocking. They thought that the boat was gonna turn over, and they prayed. They say, "Oh God, oh Jesus, please help us." And they looked out on the water, and they seen. Now I'm thinking to myself, I wonder, how did he get out there? Did he teleport? I don't know. Did he teleport on the Sea of Galilee? I'm trying to figure that one out. I mean, how else did he get out there? It wasn't the spirit. It was him. It was him. It was the flesh. This wasn't the spirit, because he told him, he said, man, reach out and touch me. You see? So he was out there, physical form. It was Jesus on the Sea of Galilee. And they prayed, they say, God, please, Jesus, help me. We're going to die out here. And Jesus was walking on the water, man. And they say, they themselves say, man, that's a spirit. He say, if it's, come on out here then. He say, I can't do it. I think it was Peter. I don't know which one of them. And he said, come out. And he said, and he stepped out there, and he might have got 2 steps, and he started sinking. And he cried out to Jesus, oh, please save me. And Jesus reached out there and grabbed him and said, oh, ye a little faith. You see? So he could walk on water. He could teleport into the middle of the sea and walk on water and reach down and grab a physical man and pull him up. Pull him up. So he had to be physical. Can't no spirit do that. So, I mean, and then when it came time, it's like it's you got all these stories. The other one where he fed twice. He fed thousands of people with just a couple loaves of bread, you know, and 2 fish, you know, and people try to say, you know, it's some big fish. I don't care how big a fish is. It ain't gonna feed no thousands of people. You see what I'm saying? I don't care how big. You're going to have a blue whale. That's the only thing. You're going to have a blue whale to feed 4,000-5,000 people with a fish. You know, and you're going to have to call a whale a fish, but I don't know no fish that's going to feed thousands of people, unless you can show me. You know, the biggest fish in the world, and I bet you he about the size of a whale. Well, how the hell did they catch him? Man, how they get him on the boat? How you gonna catch a fish that big with a little hook like they got? You got to have harpoons and all of that to get a fish. You understand? To get a fish up out the water, that a big old whale up out the water like that. But this is what he did. He fed thousands and I don't know, it was like 10,000 people with 2 fish and a couple loaves of bread. Okay, how did he do that? Turn water into wine. You know the brothers love that. They love that part of the story. Man, Jesus turned water to wine. You see? So, you know, yeah. So they say Jesus was sipping on a little yak every now and then. Say Jesus was sipping on a little yak every now and then. Love that. But then when it came to saving himself, you know, I don't like to, you know, because I see him as a brother. You understand? In the story. I know it's a, you know, I know the Serapis aspect of it. I know the Serapis aspect of it, and I know the other aspect of it. Yes, yes. Was put out there, the imagery, and yes, that's Serapis. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. That's exactly what it is. You know what I'm saying? And yes, I said Osah Haru. That aspect of it is real. It's real. But a lot of times we manifest in our ancestors like that. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes, just like with the European, he's always co-opting our connected day. So you will get all kind of aspects mixed in. So I know how to separate it. You know, I know how to separate. I'm not trying to mix oil with water. I'm not trying to do that. So, you know, I hate to see, you know, what I perceive to be a brother in trouble like that. You know, and he looking for help. And he called on, and you supposed to have a direct line to God. Your father. And man, listen, y'all have to read this story. Jesus is petrified. He's petrified. I say, man, this is God. God petrified. That's serious. That's some serious fear for God to be petrified. You know what I'm saying? Because if you didn't did all these things, you shouldn't have to ask nobody for no help. You understand what I'm saying? If I was God, man, it'd be people dropping dead all over the place trying to mess around with me. You understand what I'm saying? But Jesus was fleeing. He was fleeing from city to city. He was trying to lay low. He wasn't out there. He wasn't, most gods, they boisterous. They ain't fearing no man. You ain't gonna make me believe that this is the word that's in heaven that created the universe with the word. So he's the word. You see what I'm saying? And then now all of a sudden he ain't got no powers. He had some in the earlier part of the book. Now when it comes to save himself, he just ain't got no powers. He ain't got no powers to save himself. And he needs saving. He say, let this cup passeth away from me. This is what it says. Now I want y'all to hear it out. It said then Jesus came with them to a place called Gethsemane, and he told his disciples, sit here while I go over there and pray. And he took with him and began to grieve and distressed and grieve and distressed. To be grieved and distressed. Then he said to them, listen, my soul is deeply grieved to the point of death. So he was so in fear that he thought he was going to collapse in death. Man, that man was scared, man. That man was scared. My soul is, and I'm thinking this is God. God's soul is deeply grieved to the point of death. God gonna die. Well, he said but this is like some, I'm God. I'm gonna go through this, but I'm gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this for man. This ain't nothing. It ain't gonna hurt me. You see what I'm saying? My soul is remain here and keep watch with me. And he went a little beyond them and fell on his face and prayed and saying, my Father, listen to me now. My Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me. Yet not as I will, but as you will. That's very significant. That's very significant. And he came to the disciples and found them sleeping. And he said to Peter, so you men could not keep watch with me for 1 hour. Keep watching and praying so that you do not come into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. Okay. He went away again a second time and prayed. This lets you know he's serious, saying, my Father, if this cup cannot pass away unless I drink from it, your will be done. Your will, not my will, your will. Okay? Not my will, your will. And people keep talking about Jesus died from people fleeing from SETI. People, because I'm speaking straight from the book. I know the book. I've been studying this book over 40 years. Okay? Know it. Study with masters. I know the chambers. You feel what I'm saying? Not my will, but your will. So if you're gonna knock me off, it's gonna be on you. But I don't listen. I'm not dying for nobody's sins. This is what he's saying, and they know this to be. I'm not dying for nobody's sins. They're gonna have to. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have to, wherever it is. What is it? Purgatory. Y'all gonna have to sit in purgatory until we can come up with another plan. Because this one ain't. I'm not about this. I didn't know we was gonna be nailing people to crosses, and and I didn't heard the last couple. I didn't been to some crucifixions, and I didn't heard them crying, and I didn't heard him. I'm not going through that. And again, he came and found them sleeping, for their eyes was heavy, and he left them again and went away and prayed a third time, saying the same thing once more. Then he came to the disciples and said to them, you are still sleeping and resting. Behold, the hour is at hand, and the Son of Man is being betrayed into the hands of sinners. Get up, let's go. Behold, the one who is betraying me is near. Okay. So this is showing you that he needed to be saved. And God didn't even talk to him. This your son? You ain't gonna even talk to him? Don't even want to talk to him. Don't even want to console him. What kind of God, what kind of father is that to do that? And you got all the powers in the world. You see? But my question is, why couldn't Jesus save himself? And how can he be your savior if he can't save himself? And if he knew, unless you tell, how could he not know? And God is omnipotent, omnipotent, and omnipotent, knowing all things. Unless you saying he did not know how this was going to go down. Was he just born into the world ignorant of why he was here? Because if that's the only way I can understand that, but that would mean he's not omnipotent, which he did say, no man, no, not even the angels up in heaven when that hour will be. Only the Father. They was talking about the rapture, saying, when you coming back, Baba? He said, I don't know. Only the Father know. He's not omnipotent. He don't have all the knowledge. So what part of God is he? He don't have no powers. What powers do he got? If the Father don't back him up, he ain't got no powers. So how he gonna get back up into heaven unless God, the Father, bring him back up? He ain't got no powers to get up by himself. So the Father got to do everything for him. He ain't got no powers. So how he gonna save you if he can't save himself? I'm just trying to figure that one out. How do he save you? And is he the Savior? People say he's my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I hear that people say that all the time. My Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And I just went over this. About the Father being the only. Let me put that. There it is right there. I think it was Isaiah 45, I believe. Look at that. Look at that. Let me see which one is this. This is 1 Corinthians 8:6. What did this one say? 8:6. What does it say? Yet for us there is but one. Yet for us there is but one God, the Father, from whom all things came, and for whom we live. And there's but one whom we live. But there's but one God, the Father. Okay? So what good is the Lord if the Lord understands? Because he was different like that. The 45, I believe. 3, right there. Okay, I'm back. I seen it was kind of froze up. It's going in and out. Yeah, I got to stay all right. How I sound? How Mike sound? Good now. All right. All right. Good. All right. All right. Okay. It's Isaiah. Oh, there it is. Let me go back. It was Isaiah 43:11. Let me go back. It was Isaiah 43:11. It says, I am the Lord, and besides me, there is no Savior. You see, there is no Savior. And we talking about the Father. So here it is. This is proof positive that uh YouTube having an out night. Yeah, well, that's all right. We in the house. We in the house. Sometimes when I be using more than one page, they like to they try to mess outage. Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. They having an outage. That's okay. We still got the information in. So that's the question. That's the question. Why couldn't Jesus save himself on the cross? And if he couldn't save himself, how is he gonna save you? I want you to comment down there if you feeling some kind of way about this question, if you feeling some kind of way about the information that was dropped tonight, you can put a comment down there in the comment section, and I'll hear you out at a later date and a later time. For more explosive information and videos just like this, go over to Patreon. The link is in the chat, kingseti.com for official General SETI products, and I'll be right back. Arm yourself with knowledge, bang on the Wicked Beast daily, liberation through African education and confrontation. Black Pop.